What's up YouTube, it's Steve, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this here. This is smoked chicken leg and thigh quarters, and it's going to be done on the Grilla Silverback, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so the first thing we want to do in getting our chicken ready is to wash it, and then a tip that will help that I see in a lot of videos, folks deal with the issue of rubbery skin, or not so much in videos, but I see it in comments on different barbecue forums. You want to, after washing this chicken down, you want to take a towel and wash it. Not wash it, rub it down. You want to pat it dry. Moisture in the form of water in a cook is not your friend. In this case, you'll get moisture by your smoker's insulation, by any spritzes or any liquids that you want to use. You'll get moisture that way, but having water in there is not a good deal. So after you take a towel and pat it dry, then you want to hit it with a little olive oil, and I'm just using that as a binder. It'll also help the skin crisp up a little bit. And for our rubs today, I'm using this Grilla Grill's the Cluck rub. Having a little issue with it because it's a little clumpy today. And I'm also using a little bit of SPGP. So if you're not familiar with that, that's kosher salt, coarse ground black pepper, granulated garlic, and a little bit of paprika. If you're interested in seeing the ratios of that, I made a video a couple years ago. I'll just put it in an iCard somewhere up above about here, and you can check that out as well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish seasoning these up. I'm going to let them sit out for a little bit, let them sweat, soak up some of this rub, and then I'm going to put them in the refrigerator until it's time to go on the grill. So the next time I see you guys, we will be heading out to the smoker, so stay tuned. Hey, what's up guys? So now I'm out here at the smoker, waiting on the smoker to come up to temperature. We're shooting for 350 today. Right now we're sitting at 220, so it's going to take a couple minutes. But while it's coming up to temp, I just wanted to share with you just something that happened earlier. So as I was preparing for the smoke, after I did the seasoning the meat and putting it back in the fridge for a little bit, came outside to cut my grass. And it's Friday afternoon. It's in excess of 90 degrees. And I kind of pushed myself, and I knew I was pushing myself a bit, but I didn't know quite how hard I was pushing. Fortunately, I was out here cutting the grass. I had my headphones on and my phone on, and even though it was a spam call, I'm thankful that my phone rang when it did, because as soon as I stopped, it kind of hit me how hard I've been pushing myself. You know, when you're kind of in the moment, the adrenaline's pumping, you don't really realize it until you stop. So I had to go inside and sit down for about 10-15 minutes and drink some water, just cool down a little bit before I came back out. So why am I sharing that? I'm sharing that, well folks, it's September, about 3/4 of the way through 2020, and 2020 in and of itself has been a pretty strange and unusual year. With that being the case, don't want anybody to unnecessarily lose their lives due to not thinking, not acting smart. When I do die, I want it to be because the Lord said, "Well done, good and faithful servant," not because, oh my God, I got to protect this fool from himself. So I'll just say that to say to each and every one of you, it's hot, take it easy, Make sure you drink a lot of fluids. And if you know better, make sure you're doing better. All right. So with that being said, we're still waiting on this to come up. Right now it's at about 235, so we got about another 115 or so degrees before I put this meat on there. So like I said, we're shooting for 350, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, so the smoker has got up to temp. Actually, I said earlier that I had it set for 350. I actually had it set for 340. The reason why is because I know the smoker runs a little hotter than, in other words, whatever temperature I set it at, I know it's going to run a little bit hotter, and then it's going to cycle back down. Right now it's sitting at 360, and as you can hear, the fan is pulsing. That's normal. If you have this smoker, that's normal. What it's doing is it's cooling, it's allowing the smoker to produce smoke, and at the same time it's ramping down. So the temperature is going to even out. So we're going to go ahead and put these on the smoker now. So let's open it up. Alright, so what we're going to do now is just start placing them on. Now you can hear the fan is kicking back on. Back there's actually, you can see a little bit of flames. It's at these three up top here. And so at this point we're going to let them go. I'm going to come back and check on them, but we're going to let them go until they reach an internal temperature of about 175, 180, and then we're going to take them off. But like I said, during the course of the cook, I'll come back, I'll let you guys see what they look like, so stay tuned. Alright, so at this point they've been on for about 15 minutes, and what we're going to do is just open the lid a little bit and maybe hit them with a little bit of spritz here. You can see they're starting to brown up a little bit. Still got a ways to go. Probably another 15 minutes or so. When your equipment decides to fail on you in the moment of need, as I was showing you, this is what they're looking like right now. So we will come back in another 15 minutes and see how they're doing then. Alright, so you may remember a few minutes ago I was talking about having an issue of equipment failing when you need it most. I was talking about my spritz bottle. So the one I've been using for the better part of the last year, which is one of those regular Dollar Tree, Food Line, regular spray bottles, worked fine, decided to clog up and stop working. Every time I clean it out, take it back out and go and use it, clogs right back up. So I went back to this. This is the one that I bought a couple years ago, and it's sort of like a mister type spray, but I stopped using it because it stopped working well. I just put my spritz mixture in here and it's working just fine. So I'm going to take you in now and show you how they look again, and go ahead and spritz them, and this should be close to the last time, so check this out. Alright, so at about 29 and a half minutes, this is what we're looking like. Yeah, looking really good here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and spritz them. Just give them a little moisture. And this is what I was saying earlier about not wanting a lot of water in your cooks or in your chicken. You can see how the skin is crisping up here. You're not going to get that if you got a lot of water under the skin. Alright, so we'll be back. Next time I bring you guys back, these will be finished. So stay tuned. All right, so it's been about 45 minutes at this point, so let's take a look real quick and see where we're at. Yeah, buddy, look at that. Look at that. Let's see if I can take you in a little closer. Alright guys, I'm not sure how well, I'm gonna look off here, see how well this is coming across, but this is what our final product looks like. I mean, this came out really, really good. I checked all of them. They are at 175 to 180 degrees. So what I'm gonna do right now is do a little taste test, tell you guys how this tastes. Alright, I won't be the barbarian that I will be off camera, but we'll just cut a little bit of this, quarter this thigh off. And like I told you before, I'm cutting right on top of a bone. But like I was telling you before, you're gonna get your juice on there, or you're gonna get moisture in this cook. So you don't want water in this. And that what the Cluck rub is just remarkable. This is my second time using it. It actually tastes better this time than it did the last time. Look at that. The dinner's gonna be good tonight. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick recap and get up out of here because I still got a couple pieces left that are still cooking. But first, what we did was we washed the chicken, pat it dry, and then we put our rub on it. We use SPG and Grilla Grill's What the Cluck rub. Put it back in the fridge for a little while. We got the smoker fired up to 350 degrees once it was on. We put all of the chicken on there, and right now, been about 45 minutes. A couple pieces, like I said, are still going. So about 45-50 minutes or so at 350 degrees, and then take them off and let them rest for a few minutes, and there you go. So this is a pretty simple and easy recipe. If you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up, drop some comments down below. And if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, as it really does help the channel out. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.